Have you ever had a woman suddenly go cold on you? Right when everything seemed perfect? One moment she's texting you first, laughing at your jokes, telling you how much she enjoys being around you. And then out of nowhere, she becomes distant, irritated, or emotionally unavailable. You replay every conversation, wondering what you did wrong. But here's the truth that most men never see. When a woman pushes you away, it's often when she wants you the most. You see, attraction isn't logical for her, it's emotional, chaotic and vulnerable. And when those feelings grow too strong, her natural instinct isn't to move closer, it's to retreat. Because closeness means risk. Risk of losing control, risk of getting hurt, risk of needing you. She's not running from you. She's running from the emotional storm she feels when she's around you. And if you don't understand this psychology, you'll chase her right out of your life. 1. Fear of emotional vulnerability. For many women, vulnerability feels like walking into a storm without shelter. When emotions get intense, their instincts whisper, "Protect yourself." A woman who's falling for you starts feeling exposed. Her walls built over years of heartbreak or disappointment begin to crumble, and that terrifies her. She remembers how giving too much once left her broken, so she pushes back, testing if you're safe. If you react with anger or desperation, she confirms her fear that love equals danger. But if you remain grounded, calm, and stoic, she begins to feel secure again. Understand this, when she pushes you away, she's not rejecting you, she's fighting herself. It's her emotional defense mechanism, trying to survive vulnerability. The key is to hold your frame, stay emotionally balanced, and let her realize that your strength isn't in chasing her, but in standing firm while she learns to trust her heart again. 2. The test of masculine stability. When a woman starts to develop feelings, her subconscious begins to test your emotional stability, not out of cruelty but out of survival. Women are deeply attuned to emotional energy. They can sense when a man's confidence is fragile or performative. So when she pulls back, what she's really doing is watching your reaction. Will you panic? Will you chase? Or will you remain composed, grounded, and unfazed? That's when she decides if you're a man she can truly lean on, because life will test her emotions constantly. And if you can't handle her pulling back, how will you handle real storms? Stoic men don't chase validation. They radiate calm certainty. When she withdraws, your stillness becomes your strength. She'll come back, not because you begged, but because your calm reminded her of something she's been craving. Emotional safety wrapped in masculine confidence. 3. Overthinking and emotional overload. Women process emotions like waves and powerful, deep, and sometimes overwhelming. When those emotions become too much, she shuts down to regain control. Maybe she started imagining a future with you and that scared her. Maybe you said something small that triggered an old wound. Either way, she needs space. Not because she's lost interest, but because she's drowning in feelings she can't yet name. Men often misread this as rejection, but it's actually her way of recalibrating her emotional compass. She's asking herself, can I trust this feeling? Is this real? Will he still want me if I'm not perfect? When you respond with patience and understanding instead of panic, you give her room to breathe. That's when she realizes she doesn't need to push you away to feel safe. She just needs to know you won't disappear when her emotions become messy or intense. 4. The fear of losing power. Every woman, especially strong and independent ones, fears losing her sense of control in love. When emotions rise, she feels her power slipping, the ability to decide, to walk away, to protect herself. So she distances herself to reclaim that control. It's her way of saying, let me breathe. Let me find myself again. But ironically, the more she pushes, the more she reveals how deeply she's already invested. Her mind screams for logic, but her heart whispers your name. That conflict in between wanting you and needing space is what drives her confusion. And if you misunderstand that moment and start chasing her, you reinforce her fear that love makes her weak. A stoic man doesn't try to dominate or convince her. He simply stays grounded, unmoved, certain of his own value. That emotional composure sends a powerful message. You're free to go, but I won't lose myself chasing you. When she feels that calm strength, she realizes love doesn't have to mean losing herself. It can mean being safe with someone who doesn't take her power away. So don't meet her fear with control. Meet it with calm detachment. Because when a woman sees a man who can love without clinging, she stops running and starts trusting. That's when she finally allows herself to stay. 5. Testing your confidence. When a woman starts feeling emotionally connected, She'll subconsciously test your strength, not to manipulate you, but to understand your essence. She might pull away, delay replies, or act uninterested, just to see how you handle it. These tests aren't games. They're survival strategies shaped by experience. Every woman has encountered men who crumble under emotional pressure. She needs to know you're not one of them. Here's what most men don't realize. Women don't fall for perfection. They fall for consistency. If your mood changes based on her attention, you fail the test. If you chase or complain, you expose emotional weakness. But if you stay steady, not arrogant, not cold, but centered, you communicate something primal, stability. And that's what attracts her more than anything else. A woman can only relax into her feminine energy when she feels a man's confidence isn't dependent on her approval. When she pushes you away, she's not asking for space, she's asking to see your strength. Hold your ground, and she'll respect you more than she ever did before. Fail the test and she'll lose interest faster than you can explain yourself. Confidence isn't about dominance. It's about emotional self-control. Master that and her tests will turn into trust. 6. Fear of being fully seen. There's a deep and silent fear, hidden inside almost every woman. The fear of being fully seen. She may smile confidently, post beautiful pictures, and act like she has everything together. But deep down she fears that if a man truly saw her, the parts she hides, the insecurities, the doubts when he'd walk away, this fear runs deeper than most men realize. Society teaches women to appear flawless, to perform confidence even when they're breaking inside. So when she meets a man who looks beyond her surface, who listens without judgment and pays attention to the things she doesn't say, it shakes her, because now she's emotionally naked, and that's terrifying. So she pulls away, not because she's lost interest, but because she's scared of exposure. She's afraid that if she lets you too close, you'll find the flaws she spent years trying to hide. Maybe it's her past. Maybe it's her insecurities about her body, her worth, or her failures. Whatever it is, she wants love, but she wants safety even more. Here's the paradox. The more you try to make her open up, the more she'll retreat. But when you stop trying to fix her and simply let her be, something beautiful happens. She starts to relax. She realizes you're not there to expose her. You're there to understand her. You become her emotional mirror, someone who sees her raw humanity and still chooses her. A Stoic man doesn't rush that process. He knows that true intimacy isn't about knowing everything. It's about creating an environment where nothing needs to be hidden. When a woman feels that kind of acceptance, her walls don't just come down, they crumble, because she finally realizes she doesn't need to push love away to protect herself. She can be seen and still be safe. 7. The paradox of desire. Now here's where female psychology takes a fascinating turn. The paradox of desire. The moment a woman feels too emotionally drawn in, she may instinctively pull away, not because attraction is gone, but because attraction has become too strong. Her mind begins to rebel against her heart. It's called reactance, the natural resistance to losing one's freedom. When she senses she's falling too fast, she unconsciously creates distance to regain her balance. That's why she might suddenly say things like, "I just need space," or "I'm not ready for something serious," even when her actions said otherwise just days before. It's not confusion, it's self-preservation. But here's where the Stoic man separates himself from the crowd. He doesn't chase. He doesn't demand clarity or try to argue her emotions back into alignment. He understands that desire needs oxygen, not pressure. So he steps back not as punishment, but as power. His silence becomes magnetic. His absence becomes her mirror. She begins to feel the space he left, not as rejection, but as presence. Now her mind starts to wonder, why isn't he chasing me? Did I misread him? Why can't I stop thinking about him? And that curiosity turns into longing. Because a woman doesn't crave what's available. She craves what's rare, what's steady, what doesn't need her to feel whole. The paradox of desire is that the less you try to control it, the more it controls her thoughts. Your composure becomes the source of her attraction. She realizes that she can't manipulate your emotions, and that unpredictability becomes intoxicating. So remember this, when a woman pushes you away, don't resist the push, let her. Because every step she takes back is an invitation for her to miss the calm, confident energy she felt in your presence. And when she returns, she won't come back to test you. She'll come back to trust you. Conclusion. When a woman pushes you away, It's rarely rejection, it's fear, confusion, and vulnerability colliding inside her. Most men misread this moment and destroy everything by reacting emotionally. But the Stoic man, he understands. He doesn't chase chaos. He stands in calm strength. Because love isn't about controlling emotions, Ingi, it's about mastering your own. The truth is, when you stay grounded during her distance, you become the anchor she's been unconsciously searching for. Eventually, she'll return, and not because you begged, but because your energy made her feel safe to do so. That's the beauty of Stoicism in relationships. Your power lies not in chasing love, but in embodying the kind of calm that makes it inevitable. And with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.